And we are live on Facebook. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the afternoon session with our esteemed guest for this afternoon, BERT Padilla. So while waiting for all of the other participants, because we will be starting at exactly 2 p.m., what we'll be doing is just recap on the rules of our webinar this afternoon. Okay, so first is, I hope when you're doing the session today, you're so focused, considering ang i-share na knowledge ni Bert is really important. I should emphasize on the word important to those who are VAs right now or newbies who wants to explore later Upwork and how to really bid high. If you have checked on my post on the previous day, I shared to you the screen share of Bert, who is really one of the top Upwork providers right now. Okay, so you should have an area where you can focus so that you can learn so much from the session. Second is, you should have a notebook and a pen to write something, to write the notes, learnings that you have from Bert. And I'm encouraging you to post in your question as soon as you have sa thread natin, so that Bert can go back, or I can assist Bert go back and ask him the questions that you are meant to ask, so that everything is clear and you will be more confident about how you can really upscale your rate in Upwork. And lastly, at the end of the session, please feel free to put in your feedback and comment about the speaker, so that at some point the speaker would know what are the things needs to be improved, or at least the speaker would know if you have learned or what you have gathered from the session. Okay, so it's 1:56 from my time. We have still 4 minutes, so we're still waiting for others to come in. So I think pwede na siguro introduce nato si Sir Bert para we can interact online. Okay? Our next speaker is a high-growth mobile and web monetization and ad operations specialist. This is a high-end job. If you search it online, wala pang ganitong katulad niya. Kung meron man, siguro iilan lang. So, he's really one of those in the deep niche. And he helps publishers, media companies, bloggers, and creators make more money from online ads. Under his belt is over 12 years of in-depth experience in IT, media publishing, and Adtech companies. He's also a certified e-commerce trainer and a highly technical person with an average to advanced knowledge and skills in select areas of e-commerce and digital marketing. So his brainchild company, TekWorx.Digital, is an agency based in Cebu. Lapu-Lapu ka ba, Bert? Or Cebu City yun?
Yes, that's correct, Lapu-Lapu.
Lapu-Lapu. Oh, tapos, but he has so many ventures, TekWorx, and then he has an e-commerce and development digital marketing services company, and AdOps, a publisher company, and BlogWorx also for blog development. So everyone, we're excited to introduce to you our speaker this afternoon, BERT Padilla. Hello, sir.
Ta-da! Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, man. Happy birthday, no? I was
birthday, daghang kayo. Daghang kay guest.
Lagi. I'm monitoring the feed, no, sa Facebook. I'm not sure what's happening, but I saw something like live video interrupted. But I'm hoping that the stream is very smooth, no, despite all these visible lags that I see. Can you guys please confirm if you can see the stream smoothly, or you have a problem?
I think there's a 2-minute lag because we're using Zoom, and then it connects.
Okay. So it's like I will just ignore it.
So everyone, can you please post in the comment section below your location and what are you doing right now, so that it's an informal introduction of yourself to our speaker by BERT Padilla. Oh, so we have one from Cavite, Boss Bert.
Yes,
Si
hi Flor.
Golon.
Um, you rich Ralph, just no.
Sana pa ba? Kisa pa, ha? Oh,
Kenneth.
si Coach Jeremiah. So Coach J, he is tuning in also.
Huwag ka na manood, sir. May-intimidate tayo dito. Just
Kaya
like what
sabi ko sa
Oliver
kanila,
said the other day,
we only invite the best of the best trainers here in the So we have from Las Piñas, si Kenneth, one of our avid listeners. And then we have from Minglanilla, si Shelo, Liluan, si Erich.
Wow, Minglanilla. So I'm not sure if he knows me, no? Taga Minglanilla ko ba?
Oh, sikat ni Shelo sa kuan sa Minglanilla. Tagya siya dito og yuta.
Okay.
Okay, so the time is 2 p.m. So we'll just wait for others to come in. Currently, we have from Bulacan also, Angeli. From Bulacan also, si Sherlo.
Hi, Anata from Quezon City.
Oh.
Aname from Cebu also. Wow, currently a freelancer. That is good na.
There's one earlier, si Ann Maday from Malaysia. She's also tuning in because she wants to learn.
Yes.
So ang face mo is reaching up until Pampanga, man.
I'm really hoping that these. Yes. I'm really hoping that these more than 500 members will go online today, because I'm not sure what will Ruben do with the video after this like weekly. No. I mean, within this week, I'm not sure what will happen. So I'm hoping that you will catch up this video anytime while it's still live, no, or maybe when it's still there in the group. I'm not sure what Ruben will do there.
So we have from Bacolod, from Muntinlupa, from Rizal. So
hi, John James, Deborah, Sangre, John Nisalondro.
John James, he's trying to reach three out of 3 sessions. Galing.
That's good. No? So you have to really do this thing na keep learning lang. No? Ang daming materials na so far on these groups, like there are precisions.
For me, Bert, it will always matter also if who's teaching this material.
Yes, that's one factor, of course.
Online, if it's just somebody who's teaching it, then it's a no-brainer na.
Yes, I agree with that.
What if it's BERT Padilla, di ba? Mga ganyan. Ibang level. So we have Bye Leyte, Cavite. Wow.
Hi, Estonso. Estonso is my trainee in Sugod, no, for the Digital Jobs PH program in Sugod, Cebu. Hi, Eileen.
From La Union. Wow. Okay. Si Ara from Cebu. John James. Kaya daw niya kasi time management lang. John, standby ka ngayon, ano? Bahay lang.
Talagang
okay.
Stuck lang sa bahay.
So I think, okay, Sir Bert, the con is yours. Take it away.
All right. So, okay. So let me just share my screen. Ayan. So I'll just go ahead. As I've said earlier, no, I will just go through with the discussion. And in any case, may mga problem. I know there are some technical issues sometimes, but please ping me, Sir Ruben, no, on Facebook or yeah, just ping on Facebook. I have my messenger ready on another video. Yeah. So guys, good afternoon and thank you for joining this session on how to build an Upwork as a pro. No. So, all right. So when you have questions, just send that one in the chat box, no, in the live feed, and we will review this one. We will answer those questions later on during the Q&A session. And as Ruben said earlier, also get a pen, notebook, and if you prefer digital notes, you can do that as well. The discussion is a little long, but I will make sure that I can deliver that one in 45 minutes, no? So I have my time started right now. So yep. Again, there's a process here and actionable steps that you need to master by doing this over and over again. So I understand if you will be overwhelmed somehow in the during the discussion, because there may be some terms which are not popular to you or just new to you. So that's okay. You can always like revisit the lessons and review the lessons when you have time, and while the video is still there in the group. No? So you can review those so that you will know the process. And although preferably freelancer na sana yung ideal participants for this, but don't worry if you are a newbie, because you can always like revisit this lesson when you are ready for Upwork. Okay, so let me just record this one, by the way. Hold on. Oops. But Ruben, you are recording this already?
Yes, recording. It's
Okay, sige.
already live in Facebook, so it's automatically recorded in Facebook also.
All right. Okay, it doesn't matter, no? Ito muna. The lesson also is open for aspiring freelancers. So I know some of the group members are not freelancers just yet, but if you are, kindly just type in Upwork so that I will know later now when I review. Just type in Upwork if you have Upwork profile already. No. And you also need to have a professional looking profile if you are in Upwork already also. So it doesn't matter what skills you are offering. It really doesn't matter if you have how do I say this? Yung parang newbie skills lang. So okay lang yan. It's totally fine, because the same process can also be used for your case. No? Yeah, I will talk about positioning also, a little bit of it later. So as I said, it doesn't matter if you have newbie skills. So just a few disclaimers here. So bidding on Upwork, bidding on jobs and projects on Upwork changes over time. So the idea there, because Upwork changes a lot, no? Even on how the dashboard and how the mechanics works inside Upwork. So it really changes. In fact, the most recent changes within Upwork is the reporting side. So talking about the data, the statistics, no, which we consider on this presentation, that means that because there's something that has changed, that means you also be familiar with that change so that you know how to deal with that one. And again, there's no single script for this area in Upwork. No, so if you encounter anyone saying that this is a one-size-fits-all solution in bidding on Upwork, that's not true. So I'm just warning you on that one. And of course, that also goes into saying that what's working for me may not work for you, particularly if you don't take action. You will hear a lot of trainers saying this phrase a lot, take action. But unfortunately, that's really true. No? So you really have to take action. You have to follow some process, or just disrupt the use what you used to do that is not working for you. So this strategy that I'll be sharing this afternoon has been working for me since 2012. So nare-revise lang sa every time may mga changes sa Upwork itself. And my bids, earnings, and figures are real, but will be shown here for representation only. It's not something to brag. I just want you to inspire. I understand newbies. I started from there also. So don't take it like parang nagbabrag tayo. No? So it's just for representation. And your success on this aspect depends on how will you take assertive actions and think out of the box. All right. So this webinar is not sponsored by Upwork or anybody else. This is a birthday gift for you all from Coach Ruben Lucera. And yes, and ito binibilisan ko kasi nag-iingay na yung mga bata. So I'm a full-time home-based dad with 3 kids, 7-year-old, 4-year-old, and 1-year-old. So if you hear kids shouting or crying, my apologies for that. So they are just right here. The one playing computer, the other one is using another computer, so netbook. So they are all in the screens. No? The other one natutulog sa taas. Anyway, so the backstory, no? Okay, so the backstory, how I started as a VA. So today I'm 33 years old. No? I graduated in college in 2007. And I was an apprentice at Lexmark for 15 months. I was hired by them before the graduation in 2007. And also in mid 2007, I was employed at Teradyne until 2012. So I was like employed at Teradyne Philippines for 5 years, more or less. And I started as a tech blogger in 2008. And months later, I also became a Google AdSense publisher. And talking about being a virtual assistant or being a virtualpreneur, no? So my paid blogging was actually, the paid blogging was actually my first gig, no? So yun, I used to write tech blogs. Remember, I was doing tech blogs in 2008. No, then of course, as you
Just
get,
for them to know, you're the number one tech blogger in Cebu and one of
yes.
those in the Philippines.
Yeah, I used to get invited by a lot of public relations companies, no, promoting different brands. So I used to blog at cebutechblogger.com. It's still live. I really see to it that that domain remains live because that's the living proof of my existence from the very beginning. So yep, I got a lot of paid blogging gigs before, and that was the start of it. No? So doon ko siya na-discover na, okay, so mayroon palang opportunity online. I started as a writer, blogger, basically, no? So yan yung parang the humble beginning. And how I transitioned to become a virtualpreneur. So as I've said earlier, I was working for Teradyne for five years, no? But during that time when I was blogging in 2008, I was also employed in Teradyne. So it's like I was working for 8 hours in Teradyne, and when I go home, I write contents. And here's the interesting part, particularly doon sa mga wala pang computers, no, walang internet sa bahay. I'm also the good example of those early freelancers who don't have that also before. So I used to go to the internet, nakakaiyak nga nakakaawa, no? So I used to go to the internet cafe to just to publish my content, no, because my boarding house here in Lapu-Lapu City, because Teradyne is located in Lapu-Lapu City. So from Minglanilla, Cebu, I go here in Lapu-Lapu City. I rented a house near the Mactan Economic Zone, and wala pa kasi internet doon sa boarding house namin. So what I do is sometimes I write the contents in my computer at in Teradyne when I don't have work to do, no? Parang sinaside line ko siya. And whenever I go home, yun, pumupunta ko sa internet cafe, and then tinapublish yung vlogs ko doon. And I was very lucky when the likes of smart, yung mga prepaid dongles, yung mga smart prepaid Wi-Fi, yung mga ganyan, Globe Wi-Fi. Tuwang-tuwa ako ng may mga ganun na because I was able to use that one. So nasa boarding house na ako gumagawa ng mga contents, and then pinapublish ko na rin siya doon. Until dumating yung time na nakapag-invest na ako ng computer for blogging alone. So, yep, moving fast forward to like 2012, no? So, yun, nag-earn ako ng AdSense, nakakapag paid blogging na rin ako, so madami ng gigs along the way. It came to a point when I wanted to really do it full time, and it took me like 4 years to decide. From 2008 to 2012. So, yeah, 2012, I really tendered my resignation, and I quit my 9 to 5 job and do this thing full time. And for me to share to you my preparation for that, I simply saved like 6 months of my salary so that I have something to burn when in any case worst case scenario, I don't have any project along the way because I resigned in March 2012. So I have like 6 months, no, to burn while I was looking for online projects. But fortunately, I was able to have a project sometime in April 2012. So yun, tuloy-tuloy na siya. And then in September, if I'm not mistaken, of 2012, I joined Upwork. And my very first project there in Upwork is like a $35 project, fixed price project where I was tasked to promote the app. A tech blogger ako, so mats na mats yung pag-promote ng app just to have someone downloads the app. So just to test the
Oh,
market. And
everyone, Boss Bert, to
yes,
interrupt, everyone, please feel free to see the screen and check on the top-rated badge kasi ayaw kasi i-mention to ni Bert eh. Ako na lang mag-mention. Isa siya sa mga top-rated Upwork freelancers with 100% success rate. And check on how much is his rate per
yeah.
hour. Yun lang.
Yeah, you will get used to it, no? I mean, you will see a lot of my posts related to this one. Again, that's not to brag. I want really to inspire people who want to make a difference in Upwork as well. So, yun, September 2012, and then yun, yung project ko is a $35 fixed price project for the promotion on the app. And then after that, tuloy-tuloy na siya. My very first hourly project was a $12 job that let me earn more or less 18,000, no, for a period of 2 or 3 years. So parang naging part-time lang siya in the later part na ng contract, pero full-time siya from the very beginning. So it was a $12 per hour project. My job was to build blogs for the client, and tamang-tama, I was a blogger. I know how to do blogs. I know how to really make money from blogs. So yun, that's how it started for the hourly job aspect ng Upwork, and the rest is history. So right now it's like how many years I've been with Upwork? Like 7 years na siguro, or 9 years more, 8 years more or less. So I have made there like more or less 15M na so far. So it's like I'm counting now. So
Nakalagay siya kasi 200K.
yep, and yeah, and that's the personal profile. I also have an agency profile in Upwork, so nandun rin yung ibang earnings doon. Anyway, so yeah, I'm hoping that you will get inspired for that one. But again, I really started from a very humble beginning, and I was just like everybody else who are starting out. Okay, so right now I have these ventures, and by Ruben mentioned this one already. So it's like from being a blogger, from being an employee, I transitioned to virtual entrepreneurship, and this is all it right now. Okay, and all right, so let's get into it. Let's get started now. All right, so this is going to be interesting. Kindly get pen, digital notes, everything. I'll discuss everything here. No sugarcoating. I'll show it every details of every topic as much as I could. All right. All right. So what you can expect inside. I will discuss the minimum freelancer toolkit that you will need to win an Upwork. All right. I will discuss the 3 scenarios in bidding an Upwork, and I also discuss the 5 key elements of an Upwork job post. The latest key elements in Upwork, because I have said Upwork sometimes revamp the website, the features, everything. So this one is very updated. This applies to Upwork 2020. So this is very timely, And I will share 11 proposal tips when bidding in Upwork. These are the tips that I'm doing personally. And yeah, I'll discuss more of that one later on. And of course, I will share 5 bonus pro tips. Okay, so this one is something that I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you will just hear this one from me. These 5 bonus pro tips is something that you will get more or less from I mean, most likely from digital jobs page trainers as well, because I share similar. Part of it is something we share also, particularly in the branding side. All right. All right. So the freelancer toolkit that you will need to have a website, a portfolio website. It doesn't matter if it's hosted on WordPress. It doesn't matter if it's on Blogspot. It doesn't matter if it is in Strikingly or other CMS, no. So yeah, or online CV. As far as I remember, if I'm not mistaken, it's Ross maybe who shared something like a CV on Canva. That is one. This one is in Canva as well. This particular presentation is built with Canva as well. So it doesn't matter if it is in Canva. The only advantage for the pro tip side later on is the use of a portfolio website where you have full control, like a WordPress website, is you are able to integrate trackers. No, I will discuss more of that, trackers or analytics, no, which you can use for retargeting. Anyway, I'll discuss that one more later on. Social media profiles. This is very essential. No, when you want to become a successful freelancer, you need to have this. No, I don't agree with those people saying that you don't have to. You don't need to have social media presence these days. Maybe it may work still if you don't have that, but if you want to really have a wider, a wider reach, no, you need to have these social media profiles. Primarily, I use LinkedIn, Facebook page, and Instagram and Twitter. Okay. CRM. This is what we used to call as customer relationship management, but for this use case, we are going to call this one as client relationship management, or CRM. And the one I'm using is HubSpot. You can also use Strict and Nimble. If you can pay for Nimble, if you are a freelancer already, you have a money to spend on that one, or money to invest on that one, you can use Nimble as well. But primarily for this use case, I use HubSpot. All right, so the three scenarios in bidding. If you are new to Upwork, there are three scenarios in bidding. No? One is you receive the invite from the client. You receive invitation to interview for the job by the client. The other one is you receive an invite, no, or an Upwork talent specialist will reach out to you. No, essentially it's the same thing. No, you receive an invite, but this one, the second one, is from the Upwork talent specialist directly. No, so an Upwork talent specialist will reach out to you asking you to submit proposal. More or less similar sila, yung number 1 and 2. Pinagkaiba lang yung number 1 is client, yung nag-invite. The second one is yung Upwork talent specialist nag-invite sa inyo. The third one is if you apply to the client's job directly. So yun yung three scenarios in bidding Upwork. And regardless which one of these, no, for every job that you encounter with, no, regardless of which of these three scenarios you are in, no, you will still need to submit a proposal. And the thing is, when are you gonna submit the proposal? So these are the 5 key elements that you need to pay attention to every time you bid in Upwork, every time you check the job, every time you review the job. So the 5 key elements, no, it says here, before you submit that winning proposal, understand first the 5 key elements, or the key elements of the project or job posted in Upwork. So what are these elements? Element number 1, it's the market fit or job delivery or deliverable. So essentially, this is the details of the job. No, so this is the details of the job. Try to read the details, understand it, and do self-audit. Ask yourself, like, can I do this job? Or is the job of quality? No? So try to read the contents of the job description, see if it's not vague, or see if it's the job that you like to do, no, or you love to do. If that's something that you can agree with this particular element, then that's all good. You can go to the second element. Otherwise, guys, if this element alone, or if this element itself is not good, the way we assess it, decline. No? So ganon ako mag-hop ng job sa Upwork. Decline. I don't bother applying at all if element number 1 is not good. All right? So the element number 2 is your skills and expertise, and of course your availability as well. So right there in the job post, there is a section there in Upwork, no, where it says what the experience level required by the client. And it states there whether they're looking for an entry-level freelancer, if they're looking for an intermediate freelancer or an expert freelancer. Now you try to assess yourself. You know better than anyone else who you are. So if you are a newbie, if you are an intermediate freelancer, if you are an expert freelancer, apply based on those requirements posted by the client in the job post. So that's one for element number 2. Another one is the time commitment. Normally the client will post the time commitment that they want from the freelancer, and it's important that you know and I mean that you understand that requirement from them. All right, so sometimes, no, there's a pro tip here. No, it says here that I prefer few hours weekly commitment and 1 to 3 hours 1 to 3 month jobs, and this info usually change and doesn't really happen. No? So the point here is, even if they post something like that in the job post, they don't normally apply at all times. It's something that you really have to discuss with the client during the interview phase, so that you will know if totoo ba talaga yung yung hinihingi nilang expectation na you have to work for a certain number of hours for a certain period, for a certain month, no, for this period, kumbaga. So my point is, this is something that you will discuss with the client. But in any case, parang nagiging intimidating na sa kasi, ay parang full-time yung gusto ni client, hindi ako full-time, hindi ako pwede ng full-time. So normally, nag-a-apply pa rin tayo doon sa mga ganun. But we see to it that the client really mean it. No? Ganun, yun talaga yung gusto niya. May chances na sasabihin ni client, I just put it there as a placeholder. And that's the point, that's exactly the point I'm trying to emphasize here, na hindi siya nangyayari all the time. All right, and yun. Why I normally prefer few hours weekly commitment, it's because I can really control the job. I can really control the project, and it's like I can easily jump client to client while also changing my rates easily in the process. So it's like two weeks ago, more or less, I was able to acquire a client for $60 an hour, and just the other day for another $60 an hour. I'm just waiting for another $60 an hour for me to change my bids to $80 an hour. But actually, last night, someone invited me for similar jobs in Upwork, and I bid for $80 an hour. So just only a matter for me of winning those job again, and I'm hoping that actually my target here is to really break the $100 per hour goal, no, in Upwork alone. Okay, so all right, so that's the second element. The third element in the job post is your chance of getting hired. No? What this exactly means is you are going to read the contents there in the job post also. May mga details sa baba, no? Wherein you can see how many people are bidding, like how many people are being interviewed by the client, no? So you can feel right there, no? Kung what's the chance of you getting hired, no? If you feel na parang okay, I have the chance of getting hired here, then I will bid on the project. Otherwise, I won't really bid on those job posts, no? on those projects. And just to emphasize this more clearly, one example is the number of proposals that you see in the job post. As a rule of thumb, I normally apply when it's just between 10 to 20 proposals that I see in the job post. If it's more than that, I don't apply, considering that my job is something that parang bibihira lang kami, no? Kasi ayun, I can discuss on another session things about creating your blue ocean, all of that, no? But yes, if you are a writer, if you are a social media manager, if you are a social media specialist, or if you are a digital marketer, whatever, wherein jobs tend to have lots of proposals, I normally see to it that the job is qualify for the element 1 and element number 2 before I reconsider this aspect if more or less 20 people or more than 20 people are bidding now. But for most of it, I don't really apply when the job is too crowded. Okay? And is the client already interviewing freelancers? So very important that you check this one. It's there, it's visible in the job post. You can see it at the bottom part if the client is already interviewing freelancers. If the client is not interviewing freelancers, I don't apply. Why is that? It's just a waste of time. Seriously. It's like maybe the client is just posted the job but totally forget it. No? So may mga ganun na scenario. And normally na-close lang yung job. It's good actually right now with Upwork that they do something different wherein they are parang nire-refund nila yung connects, no? Yung parang token natin to apply. But before wala yan, nasasayang lang yung connect. So despite of that, no, when the client is not interviewing freelancers, I don't apply as well. Okay, and you also have to check if the client viewed the job like in the past 24 hours. Normally, if the client did not check the job in the past 24 hours, regardless of which scenario you are using, based on the 3 scenarios earlier that I've discussed earlier. So if the client did not view the job in the past 24 hours, I don't apply as well. That's really true. No? If the job, I mean, if the client is in, um, if the client invite you to the job, no, I suggest that you really like respond to the client as soon as possible. My window here is like 1 to 3 hours. I usually do this full time, so parang nakaharap na lang ako sa digital devices. So every time there's an invite, I can really respond every time. No? So wag nyo na pantayin ng 24 hours, more than 24 hours. No? The client will prefer those freelancers who usually respond ASAP. And if this element looks good, then you go to element number 4, and that means you can proceed no with this job. Otherwise, if hindi siya good on this element, decline. And all right, inom lang ako ng time. All right, so for the element number 4, no, it's the client profile. Ito importante to. Ito yung I think this should be on the first on the first element, pero nilagay ko siya dito kasi this is based on the sequence doon sa loob ng job post in Upwork. So nandun yung client profile. It's on the right side. No, if you don't have Upwork just yet, it's on the right side, or if you have Upwork already, you can look at it. It's on the right side. Now, it is where you can see the client profile. Now, try to ask yourself, is the client what's in your client avatar or buyer persona? If yes, that's good. No? Is this the ideal client that you want to serve? Then that's good. Does the client really spend on talent and pay well? No? So makikita nyo kasi doon yung mga spend nila, like how much does they have spent already in Upwork, or if they are really paying good, as you can see in the job history. No, you can see it there. You can see if the client are really paying other freelancers good. No, for me, if the client is paying barat, I don't really apply. No, it's just a waste of time for me. And that doesn't mean that you don't have to apply for jobs na parang nasa mga $3, $5 or what. It really depends on your level of expertise and how much you are charging usually. No, but yes, it's something that you will check also if the client is really paying well or not. No, and see to it if the client is a client rating is good. No, it's like my rule of thumb here is 4-star or up. Sometimes 3.5 stars, pero may may exemption. No, like okay lang siya maging 3.5 stars. Tinitingnan ko rin naman yung mga reviews ba't naging ganun. No, so it's like I do my diligence to really check the reviews of other freelancers. If kung yung nag-review ng bad, I mean yung nag-leave ng review to the client badly, no, if is a freelancer who you think is not good as well, then I think parang bias din naman kay client if that's going to be your basis, no? So yun, conditional if 3.5 stars. And then the hire rate, no? Try to see if the client really hires freelancers. If not, kasi may mga freelancers din na nagpo-post ng job, nag-scout lang pala ng talent. And that's not good, no? When you are there in Upwork, that means you will use the platform, the Upwork platform. It's unethical, no? Quote unquote, to really use platform like Upwork just to get freelancers outside. And the same thing also applies to freelancers. It's not good if you like use Upwork to to get clients, and then at the end of the day you will bring the client outside of the platform. No, I don't trust me, because I don't really do that. I really should to it that we end the contract first before we decided on that one. So the bottom line is we still use Upwork based on its purpose. Now, why we are there in the very first place. All right, and check if the payment method is verified. Ito very strict ako on this aspect. No, if the client doesn't have payment method verified, I don't accept the job, or I don't apply at all. No, sinasabi ko muna, dinidecline ko usually, no, dinidecline ko na your Upwork payment method is not verified. No, so I tell the client that if you have this verified and you really like working with me because you probably notice me or whatever, no, so you just invite me again once you have the job post there. I mean the payment method verified. So yeah, another thing is another aspect for the client profile that we need to look at is the reviews, no. So kailangan maganda yung reviews. Although may bias sometimes, no, pero you really see to it that you also do your due diligence to read the other reviews from other freelancers. If as I've said earlier, if tingin nyo naman parang okay naman talaga si client, nagkaroon lang talaga ng bad reviews because there are also freelancers who for the sake of discussion nag-relieve talaga ng bad reviews, no? Which I'm not sure bakit gano'n, no? But it's not something kasi na ginagamit natin to parang hino-hostage natin yung client, no? So yep, you do your due diligence to read the reviews, and if you can justify na the client is good naman, no, so we are good on that one. And normally with this element, I have a scoring criteria, and I normally like rank it based on how many yeses I got. No, so it's like if you get like 4 yeses, then go to element number 5. That means you will proceed with the job, and this is, by the way, the last element that you will consider. And by the way, before I proceed with that fifth element, there's another bonus pro tip, no, that I will share here. It's this, no. It doesn't matter if the client is new or seasoned one in Upwork, because sometimes clients are really just like other freelancers, no. Meron din mga clients na bago sa Upwork. And my point here is, if you will use this criteria, no, this one, if you will use this criteria, see to it that the client is really seasoned, no. If it is new, sometimes this criteria won't apply kasi nga si client ay bago pa, no. There are cases when there are cases na ako pa yung tumutulong kay client, no, how to do the job hiring, no, how he will use the platform, kasi I know better than him, no, doon sa bago, how to proceed with the job hiring process on their end, on the client side. So may mga instances na ganon. So kailangan din, this also goes into saying that it's also very important that you know how this works on their end, not just on our end as freelancers. Okay? Kasi if you know also how it works on their end, mas maganda yung flow ng pagko-close ng deal, no? And pagkakaroon ng job offer. Also, you do some detective mode, no? So it's like you go to Twitter, you go to Facebook, you go to Google, no, just to assess, no, the client assessment, no, so that you have something to support your judgment. Okay. Now, once element number 4 is good, then proceed with element number 5, the budget. So this is one of the most important elements as well in the Upwork job post, the budget. Kasi and the bid range, no? Kasi depende rin to kung newbie ka, kung intermediate ka, or expert ka. Normally when like me, since I'm positioning myself as an expert, no? And I have positioned myself as an expert, I don't normally bid on those jobs na newbie, no, or parang barat na masyado na talagang I don't know, no. So on my case, no, hindi ako nag-apply on those jobs. But if you are a newbie, no, and then newbie rate din yung gusto ng client, then that's good also. But here's the thing, that doesn't mean na kung ano talaga yung rate mo, yun talaga yung ilalagay mo dun sa client. It really varies a lot, no? So I hope someone else will ask later on about how I price projects. But yes, just to share it very quick on this slide, no, because I'm running out of time. So what you will do is you will see to it that if you are a newbie and then the freelancer is the job the client posted is for an expert, see to it na hindi ka magkakaproblema if you apply to that one, no. So if you are a newbie, more or less yung pwede mong pag-applyan yung intermediate siguro, diba? Or yung newbie level. Kasi yung nagiging problema kasi diyan, when you apply to an expert job and then newbie ka, parang you are faking something. And it's going to be a problem later on when it comes to project delivery. Hindi mo ma-deliver yung results na gusto ni client. So, if you feel na parang, okay, I'm not a newbie, I'm someone who can do things, no? Then maybe you can change your status something like an intermediate freelancer. Diba? So that you are in between. So yun yung point there. So try to look at the budget, no, na meron si client on the job post, and then assess, no, if hindi siya reasonable based on your value, no, hindi ako nag-apply on my case. I'm suggesting the same thing for you guys, no. Also, ito rin lang yung yung gusto kong emphasize na the bid range in the job post in Upwork, it's just for benchmarking only. I know that because I'm a client also in Upwork, and normally hindi siya nagta-translate into actual price once you get the job offer. Sometimes it go lower, sometimes it go higher. So yun, parang for benchmarking only siya, no? So I hope that you don't use the bid range, no, to dictate how much exactly you are going to bid. You really have to review the other elements, including the job history ng client, how much the client is paying, no? Kasi kung maganda naman yung payment ni client sa ibang freelancer, ba't ka naman magbibid ng low, di ba? So it just doesn't make sense for me. It's a good client already, willing to buy, so may parang buying power talaga si client, why you are going to bid low right there, di ba? Or it goes to this to the other way around, na if the client is just at the intermediate level, so parang medyo shaky a little bit, no, kung magbibid ka too much high for that project, no. But there's another point there that you have to see to it na hindi nako-compromise yung value ng ginagawa mo, no. So it really varies a lot, project to project, skills to skills, no? So it's very important that you still base your pricing on your value. All right, so if everything looks good, then you apply, and that's the time you will send the proposal. All right, and as far as the proposal, as far as sending the proposal is concerned, no, there are 11 tips that I will share to you here, no, how you will send that proposal. Okay, so before I proceed with that one, let me just take a break for 1 minute, and then let everything I have discussed so far sink into your mind, no? And then maybe you can ask questions. Iinom lang ako actually. Mabilis ba ako mag-discuss, guys? Madami nagsasabi mabilis daw ako mag-discuss, and then now overwhelmed. Anyway, so it's like I have 7 minutes left for the
So take your time, Bert. Take your time. Your session is really good. It's really good. In depth at some point.
Yes. Ayun. So, I can ask questions. I can anticipate actually na madami mag-a-ask ng questions. I'm not sure if okay lang yung stream, no? But I'm hoping that okay lang siya kasi I don't see it on my window. I'm just looking at the timer on the other side. Anyway, so yun. When all those 5 elements are good, then you will send the proposal. And here are the tips on how to send the proposal. Okay. Proposal tip number 0. Bid hourly or fixed price, no? So it depends on the job. If the job is hourly, you bid hourly. If the job is fixed price, you bid a fixed price, no? So if hourly, bid according to your desired rate, no? Of course, this also goes into saying that it is going to be based on your value. And if it's okay if client asks for preferential rate, you know. So it's like I have one client na I have one client right now. It's actually an Italian client. I'm not sure if one of the freelancers is here, no, because this particular client has all the freelancers from the Philippines, and it was like I was hired as a consultant, no, and I was hired as an AdOps monetization consultant. My job is to oversee everything is being done based on what I think is good, no, or right, according to my expertise. No, so I bid $50, and then they ask for a preferential rate for $35 kasi they want to see the value first, no, and then I can just pitch that one later on. We agreed that way. Okay, so okay lang yan kung ganun yung case na yung client nag-ask ng preferential rate. But of course, see to it that the preferential rate you are offering is not it's not barat, no? It's still you're still comfortable doing the project, no? And if it is fixed price, now bid according to how you value work, no? It's not how much the client is willing to pay. Ito yung mali kasi sa mga ibang nakikita kong freelancers. When the job is something na pinopost ni client, web development project, $500. No, it doesn't mean that the client will pay $500 alone, no? May mga freelancers na parang nagkakaroon sila ng doubt whether to bid more than $500 or below $500. The truth, guys, is madaming clients, no, that they will just that value as a placeholder. Diba? Sometimes the projects actually are going to be more than that, no? It's like, for example, when we do website revamps, normally nagcha-charge kami ng 1,200 for website revamps, no? $1,200 or sometimes 75,000 in pesos, more or less, no? So even if the client says $500 for web development project, I don't normally bid that way. I bid based on the price that I want the client. That I want to charge the client. And there are also cases when I put the price. For example, if I know the client is because I can sense if the client is willing to pay or not. Minsan naglalagay ako, for example, $500 yung nakalagay doon sa job post. I will bid for $500, but I will say in the copy of my proposal now na the bid is just a placeholder. We need to talk, we need to discuss so that I can understand better the project, the scope of the job, no, and then I can give you maybe a much better proposal than what you are seeing right now in terms of rate. So parang ganun yung sinasabi ko dun sa contents ng proposal. Okay, so for fixed price, no, particularly dun sa mga bago in Upwork, pwede kayo mag-bid for the entire project. Pwede rin kayo mag-bid for milestones. Ito kasi ang gamit dito is if you are unsure, if you are not sure about what the scope of the job looks like, particularly doon sa mga parang medyo complex na project, no? Or for those projects na hindi mo pa kabisado overall yung flow. So may chances na ganon. So the safest way to go is to break the project down into milestones. And then you price based on milestones. You propose to the client how you are going to price each milestones. So nandun rin yon. Pwedeng ganon. Okay? And yes, it's there, no? You can either break it down by different milestones and set the price for each, no? Or bid price for the entire project. Okay? So I am hoping I did not miss anything on this proposal tip. Okay, so proposal tip number 1. Follow a cover letter template, but do not copy paste, no? And here's the thing, it's not. It doesn't mean that you should copy a template. It also goes into saying na, it doesn't also goes into saying na you will have a template for everything, no? Hindi ganon. I myself, I wear many hats and I do a lot of things. So every proposal I submit, believe it or not, every proposal I send is unique. Diba? Every proposal I send is unique. And it takes me like 30 minutes to 1 hour just to do the proposal, no? So parang kabisado ko na yung process, kaya nagiging mabilis ako mag-send ng proposal. Pero yung iba, nasusurprise ako when I post jobs in Upwork kasi I'm looking for someone else also. No, I can sense if copy-paste yung proposal, or I can sense if you don't understand the job at all. So it's like, as a tip for freelancers, when you send proposal, don't copy don't copy paste your existing proposals, no? So hindi ganon dapat. Kasi iba-iba. Remember in the key elements, nandun yung job post pinapabasa natin. I think it's the key element number 2. So it's like there's no trust me. There's no similar job post in Upwork unless same client or unless may nag-copy ng job. So since there's no similar job post in Upwork, that means there's no similar proposal. I mean, there are no the same proposals in Upwork as well. So kailangan unique talaga yung proposal in Upwork. Okay, so ayan. So no job post is the same, so every proposal must be unique. Parang very tiring this part is very tiring, this one, kasi parang or some sort of very parang paano ba sabihin, parang frustrating, hindi naman siguro, no? Pero yeah, parang I'm just going to really like disrupt what you are doing, particularly if you used to do like that. But I can probably tell na if you are doing that one, you cannot make a lot of successes out from that strategy. No? So I'm hoping that this one will really change how you usually do it. No? All right. So proposal tip number 2: no need to be too formal on greeting. No? So it's like particularly us, no, Filipinos, we are so ma'am and so sir. No, so try to avoid that one as much as possible. No, so it's like hi. Normally, just hi first name is good. No, so it's like hi Ruben or hi Bert. No, so parang ganon. Hi there is fine, particularly if you don't know the client just yet. No, but if you got invited to the job, you will see who is inviting you, so you can say hi first name. And if you are if you are not invited and then you apply to the job and then you have like you are clueless, no, what the name is of the particular client is, you can go to the history of the client for his previous projects. Minsan sinasabi kasi ng ibang ng mga ibang freelancers kung sino yung pangalan niya doon sa review, sinasabi na thanks for the opportunity, Bert, and I'm looking forward to working with you again. Then another freelancer is sasabihin doon na Bert is really a fantastic client to work with. So may mga ganon. So the history section ng Upwork profile ng client, ng Upwork profile ng client, doon yun na rin makikita yung pangalan ng client. So by that, no, you can call the client by his first name. And normally nasusurprise yung client yung pag mga ganyan, no. I have a client, no, na direct client namin sa AdWorx, and then he also have freelancers from Upwork, and sometimes we like exchange communications there as a team, no, doon sa team room, and then sometimes I'm able to see the job applications, no. So yung mga ibang freelancers sinasabi na hi first name, when in fact yung nakausap niya is yung nag-post pala noon is hindi pala yung client, yung hiring manager pala. Kaya kailangan talaga na when you see when you check the history of the client, you really have to validate 100%, no, na yun talaga yung client. Baka mamaya hindi pangalan ng client yun. Pangalan pala ni client, pangalan pala ng VA ni client or yung hiring ni client. So you have to be very careful with that one. And normally nagiging problem siya kung wala na yung VA sa client. Okay? All right. So no need to be too formal on greeting. And say thank you if invited to interview. So as simple as thanks for this job invite. No, so usually this comes first in the proposal. Thanks for this job invite, no, is enough. And most clients invite freelancers to job without really looking at its profile. So, but only recommended by Upwork during the job creation process. No, so sometimes some clients do that. No, so you can use that as an alibi to reintroduce yourself, as discussed in tip number 4, which is the next tip that I'm going to show you. But before I proceed with that one, to put this into better perspective, let me just show you one proposal I'm using. No, so here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. When you do freelancing business, no, and then you send proposal outside of Upwork or other channels with a direct client, it's different when you send proposal in Upwork. It's very short and concise when you send proposal in Upwork, because you don't need to say everything that you have discussed with the client during the interview, or you are going to discuss with the client during the interview. It's different compared to the full proposal. I know Ross shared something like a very detailed proposal in the previous webinar session, like a very detailed proposal. I'm not sure if it was for social media management. It's a very long proposal, and I know how to do something like that. We have that one as well for TekWorx, and we do something like that as well. But when you do proposal in Upwork, it's totally different. Okay, it's totally different, and the proposal in Upwork is just like this. Diba? So tingnan nyo, it's very short. And take a look at this net, at this part. Ito yon, yung sa element I mean sa proposal tip number 1, sa tip number 2, yung no need to be too formal. Ito yon. It's this part. That's it. That's the part of the proposal that you didn't that you don't need to be too formal. Yun lang. Hi, first name. Huwag niyo nang dagdagan ng mga iba pang ano diyan. Di ba? Kasi nakakapag ano lang yan, nakakapag bore ng time ng client. Sometimes clients are not interested with what you are saying. So kailangan may flow and then very specific. Kaya nga sinasabi ko na every proposal is unique kasi every content right here is very unique, and I will discuss it later, no? As you go through the other proposal tips. Now we are right here, no? So proposal tip number 2, we are right here, and then proposal tip number 3 is this one. Say thank you if invited to interview. So paano ko siya sinasabi? I just say thanks for this job invite, and that's all it. Diba? So wala nang iba. Thanks for this job invite, and then mayroong condition, no? So if the client, no, kasi may mga client na hindi talaga during the job creation process on the client side, when they create the job, minsan nag-feed kasi yan si Upwork, no? Might you want to invite these freelancers? Nire-recommend ba? So yun, normally yung client click lang yan eh, invite, without them looking at the profile of the client. So if that's the case, make sure that you are communicating with the client the idea na ito, this is how I see it. I'm not sure if you have checked my profile already or you just invited me to this job as recommended by Upwork during the job creation process. Still, please allow me to introduce myself briefly. Ito yon yung sinasabi kong use this alibi to reintroduce yourself as discussed in tip number 4. Kasi nga, may mga client na hindi nila tinitingnan yung mga profile nyo. Normally, yung mga client, pag yung mga profile ng freelancers, ganito, pero hindi talaga yan tinitingnan ni client all of it. Kaya it's your opportunity to introduce here very quick. But when you introduce here, no, if you are going to look at my profile, no, it's very long, no. Ang dami kong sinasabi diyan. Actually, may purpose bakit ganon. I'm hoping I can conduct a separate discussion for that. But for the sake of illustration, I can share to you there that mahaba siya, but it still has its outline, no. But when you do the proposal, when you send the proposal, you don't have to say everything that you have there in the Upwork profile already. What you will say in the Upwork proposal when you send your proposal, no, when you are reintroducing yourself, is just to emphasize the important details based on the job post. Kaya magkaka-connect talaga yung dalawang yan. So for example, this one, I was invited to a job, no, which is AdOps or Monetization consultant, no? I was invited to it. So paano ko siya sinabi? I said na, my name is Bert and I'm a decisive AdOps professional and goal-oriented consultant, no? Basically, my core expertise involves the industry's best practices in AdOps for publishers, working mainly around Google Ad Manager as an ad server, and yield management platform, etc., etc. No? So, itong mga to, nandun yan sa job post. Mininisyon na yan ni client. Kaya sinasabi ko, yung relevant information doon sa job post. I won't say there in my proposal na I'm a certified e-commerce trainer, I'm one of the digital job space trainer. Hindi ko sasabihin yun, it doesn't matter for them kasi. Diba? So it's like, whatever is there in the job post, yun din yung gagamitin nyo doon sa proposal nyo kasi it will really hit the client. Diba? So yun yung idea doon. Kaya, remember that I say every proposal is unique. Every proposal is every job post is unique, kaya every proposal is unique also. Every details ng job post is unique, every proposal is unique as well. So yan yung sa element number 3. I mean sa proposal tip number 3, no? So yan. Now let's talk about proposal tip number 4. Now when you introduce yourself and what you do, no? Remember that this, as I've said, this is already in your profile. So you don't have to say that one anymore. You can just say your name, On my case, I just say BERT, no? So you don't have to say everything, no? About your full name. My full name is mahaba, so I don't have to say that one, no? So what you do, no? Then the what you do part is something that is relevant to the job post and exactly what the client is looking for. And your expertise, the same thing, no? Kailangan hit na hit dun sa hinahanap ni client. And only highlight what's necessary. Huwag nyo sabihin yung iba pang ginagawa nyo, no? So it really doesn't matter. All right, so now that's for that proposal tip number 4. And proposal tip number 5 is this one. Capture client's attention. Dito na yung mga dito usually yung ibang freelancer na nakikita ko, no. This is where they really miss it, no. So how you will capture the client's attention? Here, no, you ask relevant questions. Use the job description to your advantage. Kaya the elements na discuss ko kanina, you really have to do your due diligence in reading those contents in the job post. Kasi if you don't understand the contents of those job posts, wala tayo dito. You cannot use that to your advantage. Di ba? And then be creative, no? And think out of the box. Ibig sabihin dito, you try to come up with some phrases, some technical terms, anything na relevant sa job na parang magiging curious yung client about you. This is some client that will say na this is something that I'm interested in. This is something that I think this is the right guy. Yun yung idea dito. Remember that when you do this in your proposal, it's only a matter of a sentence or two, no? So very short and concise din lang yan. And remember that this is only your main opportunity to get the client's attention. And how I do it, it looks like this. Okay, so I see you are looking to consult for optimal monetization strategies of your news website. Can you please share what you are doing so far? Just like I'm communicating directly to the client, magbibigay talaga siya ng information, magre-reply siya doon sa proposal ko. So, ganun lang siya kasimple. You're just asking questions. And I have a lot of proposals, no? Remember when I said earlier na I don't have same proposal for all the job posts? And here's a living proof of that, no? So try to look at this, no? Here's my proposals, all of them in Evernote. So I use this one. This is for one, no? So parang ang daming proposals dito. Hindi nyo lang to makikita lahat, no? Kasi pa iba-iba ng mga projects. But as you can see there, no? Yan, pakita ko sa inyo. Ayan. So this one is for the programmatic video advertising. Yung problema ng ABS-CBN, pwede na akong kunin ng ABS-CBN actually doon. No? So I know how to do the dynamic ad insertion. Yung mga lumalabas in between the programs, I know how to do it. Kaya may isang rin na client na yung proposal ko is if you notice it, no? Yung proposal is very different yung content, no? So pansin nyo, how I capture the client's attention on this one. So ganito ko siya kinapture yung client's attention. It's very different how I captured it here, no? So yun yung idea doon. So iba rin pag subject matter expert ka na job, AdSense approval yung problema ng client, no? So pag naghahanap ng native media buyer sa tabula, it's totally different. Kaya I really have lots of proposals. And if I'm going to look at my it's like I have more or less 140 na yata na jobs in Upwork. And all of those jobs, talagang yung mga winning proposals doon, unique, no? Walang pareho doon. So yun yung pro tip ko talaga sa inyo pag gagawa ka ng project in Upwork. And I believe this can also be applied even if you are in freelancer.com. No, I'm not sure how it works in there, but more or less may similarity sila. So maybe you can apply the same strategy as well, or maybe in online jobs page. I don't know. No, so but in Upwork, that's how I do it. All right. So again, yeah, the sixth proposal tip is to tell the client how you can help solve their problem. Ito, the client, no, is there in Upwork because they have a problem. They are not there because parang wala lang, no? Parang joke lang. No. They are there in Upwork because they have a problem and they're looking for someone who can help them solve that problem. Yun talaga yung idea doon sa why the client is there in Upwork. Now, when you send the proposal, you tell to the client how you can solve their problem. So you have to elaborate concisely how you can help, but not too detailed. So it's here, no, not too detailed. Why? Hindi ka na nila tatanungin or hindi na sila magre-reply back sa'yo or hindi na sila magbubuk sa'yo for discovery call. Di ba? So, you are going to miss that opportunity for the client to have an interview with you if too detailed na talaga siya. Personally, I have seen a lot of freelancers sending proposal na parang how they can help, too detailed na kaagad. On my case, I don't do that. I use that as a hook, no? I use that as a, ano ba yung hook sa sa Tagalog? Yung parang it's like a hook, no? Talagang parang hihilain ko si client na mag-interview sa akin. So that's the secret there, no? And this is how I do it, no? I'd be happy to provide consultation with you regarding this. And yun lang for this job post. For the other job like this one, this is how I say it, no? This is how I said it to the client. How I can help. I'd be happy to provide consultation with you regarding this. What type of insights or analysis do you need, specifically for dynamic ad insertion implementation? Are you using Vidillion for this? So parang pag hindi niya alam si Vidillion, no? Pag hindi na alam mo sinasabi ko ron, nagiging curious siya. Do you know Google Ad Manager for this, or do you know AdWorx for this? Or do you know Facebook, for example, do you know Facebook AdWorx for this? So yun, pwedeng ganon. So it's like naku-curious sila about you. So ganun lang siya ka-short, no? Let's see something else here, no? Paano ko siya sinasabi? Okay, on this case, sa AdSense approval, I say na I'd be happy to help you audit your website or site. I will investigate and provide you expert advice why it's not approved, no? And get to the bottom of the issue. Why it needs to be, what needs to be done to fix it, no? Can I take a look at the web app or website, please? So parang ganun, talagang hinanahatak mo sila, no? So yun yung parang ano natin, nandun yung pagiging aggressive din natin, no? So yun, kailangan yun. And for those who parang medyo na-intimidate pa sa mga clients, don't worry guys, you will get used to it, no? So it's like you need to have the control. You need to have the control of the job, of the flow, no? So kailangan you are very persuasive, no? Parang ganun. So yeah, that's the sixth tip, proposal tip for this that's the sixth proposal. No? For the next proposal tip number 7, push for online meeting. No? So here, remember when I said earlier that one of your freelancer toolkit is the CRM, particularly the likes of HubSpot, because you can have there the meeting link. No, you can send that to the client. Actually, it's just like asking the client for their contact information. No, you can utilize that one later on, which is I will discuss the pro tip part. But yes, you will push for an online meeting. Talagang anuhin nyo si client na mag-meeting tayo, no? So this is how I normally say that one to the client. Let's use this one. Should you want to discuss this over video call, no? Please feel free to book an online meeting here. So here it will come this will involve the expertise in using platforms like Google Meet or Zoom, no? Or Zoom or Skype. No, I don't normally recommend Skype. It's just so quote unquote boring for me, no? So it's like my preference is really Zoom or Google Meet, no? So it's like you use that so that you will really see the client face to face. Tingnan natin kung sino yung ma-intimidate sa inyong dalawa. If you keep the drive, if you handle if you have the control, maybe si client pa yung magiging intimidating, si client pa yung magiging yung ma-intimidate sa inyo, no? So it's like he will just go with the flow with what you are saying. But that's not a bad thing, no? Kasi the idea naman there is you really have to take control of the job, of the project, and you really have to see to it that the client understand that you can take everything in control. Particularly if that's the brand that you have, no? Yung parang ikaw talaga yung nakakapag-manage ng lahat ng aspect ng project. So, yun, you just send you just send the booking link. Ganito siya, no? Pag inopen siya, it's just a booking link using HubSpot tool wherein the client can select the schedule, no? Kailan siya gusto mag-interview sa'yo. So, yun, magsiselect lang si client dyan. And then, you will be able to get the email address and then the name of every contact information that you want based on how you configure it in the back end of HubSpot. You visit HubSpot.com and sign up for the platform. It's free, no? It's free. You can use a lot of features in the free tier plan. So it's just fine to use HubSpot for this matter, no? So you will receive the notification, and then you will be able to get those contact details which you can utilize later on the marketing side of your freelance business. All right, so for the next tip, it's usually this, no? Showcase your portfolio. If the client in Upwork, no, if the client asks for it, no, include the details within the proposal, just short details of the portfolio. If the client did not ask for it, no, just simply point him to your portfolio website or online CV, no. Pwede yan. On this case, this is how I do it, guys. I have been consulted by a lot of publishers already, so I'm confident I can help you with this. Kindly check my online CV here, no. So ganito lang. Yun lang. Wala nang madami pang madami pang sinasabi dun sa portfolio, no, na part. Ito lang. So they will really check that one. Kaya babalik at babalik rin talaga tayo dun sa idea na you will need to have an online portfolio. So I'm really like, I don't agree with those people saying that you don't need a portfolio, because a portfolio can be your online website. I mean, online website can be your website, can be your Canva, CV, whatever, no, or can be your Facebook page, pwede yun, or LinkedIn profile, pwede rin yun. So the purpose why I'm doing something like this is because I want to track users. So yun, I'm tracking clients who are visiting this page, so that whenever I need more projects, I can easily run an ad for them, no? So yun, I'm opening up a slot for anyone who want to book for consultation, or anyone to avail of my service. Ganon ko siya ginagawa, no? But considering that I'm really getting overwhelmed with a lot of projects we have, yun, minsan ko na siya nagagawa yung pagka-campaign. Pero yun, ginagawa talaga yung remarketing campaigns for this matter. So if you are a newbie, this may be something na parang very overwhelming, kasi nagkikwento na ako ng mga retargeting, remarketing, all of that. Pero yes, you will encounter that one when you do freelancing, no? So at least you already have an idea how you can apply that one if you do this with Upwork. And by the way, this also applies to other channels that you are using. And this is not only for Upwork. If you are promoting your service somewhere else, you can use something like this as well. So part pa rin siya talaga ng process nyo when it comes to the client acquisition, no? Oh, sorry guys. Plan ko lang. May tumatawag. All right. So yeah, that's it, no? And yeah, I think wala na akong na-miss on this part sa online. By the way, talking about the portfolio, no? Minsan kasi yung client nagre-request sila ng portfolio, pinapa-attach nila sa Upwork. So what you will do there is gawin nyo lang, no? So it's like there may be, I usually think about this as a test, no? Minsan kasi si client parang nagte-test lang how you do things diligently. So just for compliance, you just do it, no? So, but for me, it really doesn't matter, kasi at the end of the day, sasabihin mo pa rin talaga yung mga ginagawa mo kay client during the discovery call or the one-on-one interview, no? So yan. All right. So yeah, the next tip is to ask for interview and then to close the proposal politely. Yeah, this is the last opportunity for you now. So you have to use this to push for an interview, because this is the last opportunity for you to do that. Remember that you have said that one already here, no? So here, when you close the proposal, no, just say something like, I'm looking forward to hearing from you and ultimately working with you. Thanks and warm regards. No? So ganun lang siya kasimple, no? So thank the client for spending his time in your proposal. You can say also something like that. Thank you for reading my proposal. Yung parang ganon. Pwede rin. Nandun, you can be creative on that aspect, no? Again, just very short and nothing fancy. So yun lang, ganon lang talaga siya, no? All right. So this may be the last tip, no? include attachments, no? And review the proposal. In Upwork, when you send a proposal, huwag niyo munang i-hit yung submit button, no? Yung submit proposal. Review diligently. Kaya sinasabi ko, it will take you an hour more or less, no? Or 30 minutes to an hour to submit a proposal. Kasi may mga elements and then may mga tips tayong ina-apply, no? So, kailangan when you are done with that one, kailangan i-review din natin yung proposal. And when the proposal is good, then hit that submit button, no? So ganun lang siya. All right, so I hope nag-sink in, 11 proposal tips so far that I have shared based on what I'm doing personally and based on what I'm sharing with the freelancers I'm training as well, no? So ganon yung flow ng proposal in Upwork. Again, just to re-emphasize that one, it's a little bit different when you send a full proposal when you have the client approach you directly, because the proposal must really be detailed. Sinasabi niyo pa doon yung mga scope ng job, yung mga timeline, and all of these like the details about you, no, yung mga background or something like that, no. That's good when you have that client approach directly to you, but when it comes to Upwork, ganun talaga yung ideal proposal. So very short. Remember na madaming nag-a-apply sa job, the client doesn't have a time to review everything, no? Kaya as much as possible you submit the proposal na nandun na lahat yung gusto malaman ni client. Okay, I'll take another 1-minute break for this. Keep the questions coming in, and then I will discuss the bonus pro tips, no? And this one is very important kasi this will apply. Those who are freelancers already, who have a website already, or using a CRM already, have really nice looking social media profiles, you can also use this one, this bonus pro tips. So just 1 minute, guys. Iparelax ko lang yung yung truth ko, no? So maybe Robin can take over for 1 minute.
Yeah. So, kumusta guys? Are you still there? That's what I told you. This is perhaps one of the best presentations I've had in terms of Upwork. I have interviewed actually around 3 top-rated Upwork people. Si BERT lang yung Filipino na na-invite ko. So if you have any questions, feel free to feel free to place it on the comment portion below your questions so that later BERT can go through all of this individually later. So if ever we lack time to really go through your questions, don't worry, because si BERT is actually in the group and he's really willing to help you go through, answer your questions. And I think even kanina, BERT also offered na he will definitely assist you go through this process. As you can see, what one common denominator of all of the trainers that we invited here is that we've been in your position for some time and we know the struggle. The struggle is real, and it's really hard if you don't have any mentor, a person, or a community that can help you. I've seen a lot of community about VAs, and most of them are just what do you call this? No comment. Pero ang point ko is, you can't see a community that's offering premium topics like this. Because actually, the topic, di ba, Bert?
Yeah.
Actually, the things that you're teaching right now is charged around $97. Just these things. Because actually, if you master this, then literally, if you have the skill set, you can push for a career via Upwork. And how much is $997 USD if you're able to build a 200,000 income from it, di ba? And we really appreciate you, Bert, for really sharing everything. Mas kahit ako, sabi, di ba, nagsabot man tayo kanina, di ba, 1 hour lang. Pero sabi ko, no, this shouldn't be cut, because basically what you're teaching is from 0 to a top-rated Upwork freelancer. So,
Yeah, yeah,
everyone, if you're still alive, feel free to message below. Go Bert, go Bert, go Bert.
yeah, yeah.
Para,
How many of you will
kasi meron pang special bonus tip si Bert eh. Pag hindi natin sinabi yung baka biglang mag-off si Bert. Joke lang. So, everyone, if you're
uh,
still there, please feel free to post there. Go Bert para we will continue with the bonus pro tips for
all right.
you.
So, all right. Thanks, by the way. No? So, yep. My pleasure really. For having me here on this webinar series. No, kasi I know there are lots of people who really badly, quote unquote, need jobs these days. No, so there's no stopping us from really sharing everything we know when it means transforming their lives and uplifting their lives as well. So, yep. All right. So I'm hoping that you're still there, and let's discuss the bonus pro tips, no? Um, and how you can get these clients, even if it means outside of Upwork if they don't hire you, no? So if they don't hire you at first, no? All right. So bonus tip number one, fascinate the client. No, so this is very common among digital trainers that we are using a brand fascination tool. No, so there's what we a very common phrase that reads like this. Now, do you know why certain messages in your proposal captivate, while seemingly equivalent deserving ones never really get much attention? No, so it's like when you read the content earlier, no, like this one before, when I don't have the brand fascination incorporated into the proposal, no, I'm doing. My introduction will read something like ganito lang siya. My name is Bert, and I'm an AdOps professional and consultant. Ganon lang siya. So may nadagdag na the adjectives, decisive and then goal oriented, no? So how we came up with this one? It's because we are using brand fascination. And when you say brand fascination, it comes with a tool, no, which you can access at brandfascination.com. Just go there. If you are newbie and brand fascination, and you are one with this one, and you are new to this one, just go there and take the test, and I will discuss more maybe in the comment section or later how to use that one. But yes, I have incorporated that one in my proposals, kaya nagkakaroon siya ng brand fascination talaga. I mean, ng fascination talaga for the client. And again, incorporate that one in your proposal. If your proposal sounds a little bit quote unquote boring, no? So maybe you can have that more attractive and fascinating if you incorporate brand fascination. All right, so just use this if you are new to that one. Take the test and read all the details on how to use that one. All right, I can guide you more if you need on how to use it. But for the sake of this webinar, just let's go to the second tip, no, that I'll be sharing here, which is yun, the use of brand fascination tool, as I've said earlier, no. So yun, use your brand's advantage to stand out from the crowd. Nandun rin yan sa brand fascination. Just read the details there how to use those brand advantage, no, or brand's advantage, and also how to incorporate your 5 adjectives, no. There are 5 adjectives that you will get there. Maybe if there are participants here on this session who joined the digital jobs PH trainings, no, you are a little bit familiar with this one. But don't ignore with this one because I've been using this. I've been introducing this still to my trainees, no? So it's still very important and still very valuable for us to use this one. And talking about Sally Hagshead as a branding consultant, as an entrepreneur, as an influencer, maybe other influencers you are following can be just friends also of the founder of this tool, no, or the creator of this tool, Sally Hagshead, no. So yeah, bonus tip is this one: email the clients. Remember that you get remember that you ask the client to book a meeting with you, and you are able to get the contact details, the email address. When you do this, see to it that you are you are asking for the permission of the client, that you will be emailing the client later on, maybe for updates or whatever, no. something that's valuable to the client, but actually it's for you to email the clients, no, so that you are able to update that client, no, your latest maybe your latest purposeful blog post, your relevant tips about what you are doing, maybe your latest discount offers, or your scarcity notice, no, or if you have opened up a new slot for new project, ganon. This is where you will use this strategy, no, yung email marketing na part. So this also goes into saying na somehow you will also need to really, madami naman sa YouTube, you go to YouTube about email marketing, how to use it, but for the sake of getting jobs or projects in Upwork for your freelancing business, this is how we do it, no? So the idea actually of the client, when we ask them to book for a consultation, no, the idea actually, one of the ideas there is for me to like have them book for my, I mean, for have, sorry, may tao sa labas, na-confuse ako. So yun, the idea actually is for me to, may tao sa labas. The idea actually um, is to uh, send an email later on. So it's really up to you. If you know well how to do email marketing, that's good because you can have a lot of sequence there. You can have a lot of email follow-ups, no, na nandun sa structure ng funnel, whatever, no? So yun, pwede yun. I'm hoping that I can share something more about it, no? And I'm not sure with Ruben how he will handle this supplemental lessons later on, but yes, you will need the email marketing aspect for this part, no? So, yep. We also run remarketing ads. No, for me, I really do this. We really do this for our TekWorx business, for AdWorx, for the freelancing business. Yon, pwede yan. So you run a remarketing ads, Facebook, Google Display, no? Pwede rin yan. Just remarketing. No? So this is how I do it. This is how I do it, no? Ayan. So I create custom audiences, particularly those people who visited the link na, particularly the CV, no? Or whatever essential links na pwede nyo maging trigger. And then you run an ad for those people, no? Like for those people who viewed, no, visited in the past 14 days. And then from day 1 to day 7, run an ad, no? Essentially nurturing them, just building more awareness about you. I know Jay mentioned something like building awareness in his presentation. Actually relevant siya on this case, no? So it's still awareness, or maybe whatever action you want them to take, kailangan smooth pa rin yung process. It's just like, I'm not sure if you have heard about this, just like the ligawan, no? The ligawan part. It's not something that you will really like invite for a quote unquote yung parang diretsuhan na, no? Walang ganon. Hindi ko
Pangalan ng anak natin.
Wala. May kailangan, may nurturing pa rin, even if it means they have seen you in Upwork already. So kailangan in other channels, kailangan papapansin ka pa rin. So ganun 'yan. So you will use this not to chase the clients. We are not going to chase the clients, no? Nakakapagod 'yon. The ads will chase the clients, no? This is how you do it. All right. So another bonus tip is you have to really invest on your freelancing business. So I'm hoping that you're going to change your mindset in here that freelancing is not a job. So it's like I was just like that before. I used to treat that way. Na okay, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a freelancing job and all of that, no, and then freelancing gigs. Somehow it's like that. But if you really want to become a virtualpreneur, the mindset must be changed to a business mindset na ng freelancing. Hindi na siya job na mindset or employee mindset. Kaya yun, that's very important. All right, so yeah, I think that's the end maybe of my slides. And if you want to learn more of these winning in Upwork strategies, no, I have a small group I started a few weeks ago. Pwede kayong sumali doon, and I'm going to nurture more of these newbies there, no, hoping to have you there. But of course, if you ask there in this existing group ni Ruben, pwede rin. I will just tag me, no? Kasi madaming notification. Sometimes just tag me so that I can review them at any time na meron akong for that matter. All right, so I think by Ruben, we are going to do
Yes,
the
it's the
Q&A now.
Q&A, and we have so many questions by Bert. Okay, so everyone, by the way, before we go to the Q&A, feel free to go through the Facebook group of by Bert. It's called Winning in Upwork. Because if you want to venture in Upwork, then basically you need to have an expert's view on how to really win in Upwork, or strategies, techniques. And
Yeah.
normally, and what's nice about Bert and all of the speakers that we invited, hindi sila tao dito, it's my strategy, so I won't share. So kung mapapansin nyo dito, lahat kami, we're openly sharing you everything, literally.
Yes.
We're even showing you our hands. Okay, so feel free to go to that group so that you can really get more updates on how you can win in Upwork. Okay, so Boss Bert,
Yes.
Q&A tayo.
What's the first question?
Okay. Dali ha.
Ano ba to?
Oops. First question. What are the relevant skills needed to start to become a freelancer?
Okay, so yan, very common kasi yan, very common question, no? Yung what are the skills, no? If you are going to Google something like digital skills, I have explained it there this for those who are into SEO. I know Jane maybe discussed that. I know Jane discussed SEO earlier. But talking about SEO, no? If you search something on Google like digital skills, I have a blog post there that really ranked in the search results from CebuTechBlogger.com, where it really discusses, no, what are the skills you need to start as a freelancer. Actually, the right answer there is it really depends on a lot of things, no, a lot of factors. Your passion, your inclination, yan. Yung parang kung ano na yung mga skills na meron ka right now. Kasi although okay naman na magpa-train ka for new skills, no? But that means you are going to start from scratch, no? But if you want to leverage on the other skills that you have right now, I think that's the good start for you. It's just a matter of finding if you are not comfortable just yet finding a mentor. I totally understand that one, because it's the content, the resources are all there in YouTube, in Google, no? It's all over in every place. But if you want to do this in a shortcut way, you find a mentor, and then a mentor that can really help you, guide you on the steps that you need to take for you to really develop your current skills that you have right now. So madami kasing digital skills na kailangan matutunan actually. So there's no definite answer na sasabihin ko na you need to become adept in SEO, you need to become adept in social media marketing, you need to be adept in e-commerce and all of that, Canva, whatever. No? So the idea actually is you are going to just learn whatever those you think are relevant to your current skills. But if you can have a follow-up question like what you are doing right now, maybe I can provide you some more specific suggestions for that matter. I hope I answered that question.
Well, I think the best way for you to really know what's your direction is PM directly Bert. Bert is offering you free consultation. You need to take this because basically I know how much is his rate per hour, diba? You've seen it earlier. And kahit nga ako minsan nahihiya ako kay Bert to really do some consult with him.
Okay
But if
naman.
Bert offers it, you should take it. It's priceless. It's like getting 80 USD per hour for free. Yes. Because you have your Bert is offering it to you right now. So take the time to connect with Bert and ask some relevant questions. Next, Bert, sir, yes. Sa proposal tip number 8, pwede ba sa online CV gagawa na lang ng published post sa personal blog ko and yun na rin ang link?
Tingnan ko yung proposal tip number 8, no? Just for the benefit of the others, no? Na hindi nila Okay, so proposal tip number 8 is to showcase the portfolio. Okay, so the question is, okay ba na yung mga link to the blog post yung gagamitin nyo? Pwede
Yung,
naman.
I think, gagawa yata ng isang post, tapos doon niya ilalagay lahat, yun, tapos yun na yung bibigyan niyang link.
Yes, very pwede. Kasi it works for the same purpose. No? So the idea is just to showcase something that you have done so far for other clients. So, yes, pwede. Sino ba yan?
Si Kathy.
Yes, Kathy, pwede yan. Pwede yan.
From John James Shan. Sir Bert, may I ask, some of the postings I saw in the FB groups I joined that there is an approval for the profile to get a client. I think he's referring to Upwork. Where if you are so new, so the client, the approval.
Sorry, ano daw?
The question is, may I ask, some of the postings that I saw in the FB groups I
Okay.
joined, that there is an approval for the profile to get a client.
Yes,
So,
that's correct.
yes,
Yes, that's correct. You will need to have your Upwork profile approved first before you can bid for projects.
from Ian Vistal. Sir, do you think my ability to converse in English language, grammar-wise, will greatly affect my clients' first impressions on me?
Somehow I would be honest, somehow that's a factor, but don't worry about it. No, it's just a matter of really developing yourself on that aspect. So I was just like you before. I'm not sure. Si Ruben, because we have known each other since 2010, maybe 2009, when Ruben was
2009.
when Ruben was still a PR man at Marbago, no, BlogWorx. So it's like kanga pa ko adto ay so parang ano pa ko, it's like the way I speak, it's not like this. So it's like I really underwent a really parang overhaul, no? Although nagkakaroon pa rin ng mga stuttering, no? Pero at the end of the day, you will be able to develop your speaking skills. And to answer the question, somehow yes, that's going to be a factor, but you try your best to really improve on that aspect. You just keep facing clients through interviews, madi-develop din yan. Just to share with you, so I have this interview with a client that I have recorded, and then shinare ko siya sa mga trainees ko, no? And then sabi ko, you guys watch that interview. The client is interviewing me, talagang rat-ratan yun, no? So it's like yung sinabi ng one of the trainees, no, sabi niya, sir, parang kami yung kinakabahan doon sa interview kasi parang nafe-feel nila yung place ko. So it's like pinakita ko yun sa kanila so that they will have a feeling how it is to be on that position. So kailangan na you will practice, no, and develop that particular skill kasi talking about skill sets, no, it's just not about what you will do online. It also involves the speaking ability. So maybe you can practice with your parents, with your relatives, no? That's what I do. So here at home, I really see to it that we are conversing, we're talking, particularly the kids, no? In English, no? Kasi hindi yun for them, it's also for me. it's seriously, it's not for them, it's also for me, no? So it's like nagiging fluent ka na rin lang because of the practice. Yan.
Okay. Teka, ano pa yung mga question na? Teka. Guys, feel free to send in your question so that I can see. Weird tong kwan na. Biglang nawala yung lahat ng mga comments.
May si Lauren, my question. I'm not sure if this was answered already. Lauren by Ruben. From Lauren, she said, how do I make a profile in Upwork that will enable Upwork to accept your profile? All right. So I wish no yung presentation ni Marl yesterday nag-push through. I mean, I'm not sure if Marl will reschedule that one, but yes, if I may answer this question, one tip is to really fulfill all those details na hinihingi ni Upwork in the Upwork profile creation. Di ba? May mga ano doon, may mga hinihingi na details, yung mga para may criteria nga doon how many percent you have done your profile already. So then the first tip is to really complete the profile. Now, sometimes for newbies, no, wala kayong malagay doon kasi nga newbie kayo. That's totally fine. It's only a matter of gaining experience, no, or skills by means of having you trained by maybe by websites like HubSpot, by online educational websites like Udemy, no? Other trainers will also provide that for you for free if you cannot afford just yet, no? Madaming trainers, no, na provide for free just like this, no? You consume everything na nandito. If I am in your position, if this is happening like how many years already? Like
2014, 2012 ka, di ba? Nag-full time?
Nag-full time. Pero nag-start ako 2008. It's like, if we are going to have this before, siguro hindi ka, malayo na kami, no? It's like, di ba? Malaki na siguro yung mga, it's like, we are able to jump higher, no? So, since you have this, no? I'm really suggesting that you take advantage of this while you are still having this. Kasi I don't know, we don't know what's going to happen in the next months, no? Baka mamaya maging busy na lahat ng trainers and then hindi na kayo basta-basta makakapag-ask every now and then. So yes, that's one, Lauren, the profile, just complete that one. And if you don't have something to add there, you can gain skills and experience through apprenticeship, through testing lang. I have done a lot of like free trainings wherein the freelancers or the aspiring freelancers gain experience from the job I assigned to them. So it's the good thing about it is sometimes naawa rin kasi ako. So I pay them by the hour, no, or for a fixed fee. Kumpara naman doon sa the usual 9 to 5 jobs na tayo pa yung pumupunta sa companies, tayo pa yung namamasahe, tapos wala naman tayo nakukuhang allowance, no? So very fortunate for you guys that you have mentors or trainers like everyone that Ruben has right now, kasi we share this without a fee, no? So palagi niyo na yung sinasabi. I don't have to
One thing, Bert, I would just like to highlight, Bert, kasi kanina you mentioned the fascinating training, the personal branding training that you shared to them. For your information, that training is worth 21,800 pesos. It's a DICT training. To all the DICT people who see in here right now, thank you very much for the support, because they allowed us to really share all of those learnings that we're sharing to the students. Before it was really fun, diba? Pegged at 21,800 for the whole session, just for you to get all of these learnings. But Bert really shared it to you for free.
Yep. I think somehow, Lauren, I have answered that question. By the way, before I forget, another very effective way is to join an agency. Yon. Although may mga disadvantage lang yon because you tend to have less control of your Upwork business or Upwork profile, no? But for a start, if you want a really fast approval process, this is one of the tips. By the way, this is one of the tips that I am going to share since tinanong na rin to. This is how it works for us, no? So, remember when I said earlier that TekWorx is an agency in Upwork? So, yung mga trainees ni TekWorx training, particularly those who want to have an Upwork profile, ini-invite namin sa Upwork kasi we have that ability to invite freelancers. Ino-onboard namin sila doon as a freelancer. And then once they are ready to do the freelancing business independently, nire-release namin sila. Parang nino-nurture muna namin sila sa loob, di ba? Nino-nurture muna namin sila sa loob ng TekWorx.Digital na agency so that we are able to really help them how to work around Upwork. Now, when they are ready, pag sinabi na nila, Bert, I think I can take control na of my freelancer profile, that's the time that we release them as a non-exclusive freelancer. So yun, pinakamadali yun. if you know an agency or if you know some freelancers of mentors who have that na parang pwede kayong mag-approach, yun, i-leverage nyo na, i-take advantage nyo na. Madali yun. Kasi it's just a matter of days to get the profile approved. But still, kailangan pa rin na ginagawa nyo pa rin yung profile. Mas madali nga lang siya i-approve yung profile.
Okay. This one is really good, but this question is from Anata. Anata is a friend. She's based in QC, and the question is, sir, as a full-time parent or full-time parents, any tips or examples of how you balance your time with parenting and work?
Yeah.
Challenging for myself, mga sir.
Yeah. Thanks, Anata, for this question. Very, very, very important question, no? Kasi I'm also a parent, no? And to answer that, you will be surprised, guys, that I do freelancing business, no? It's like I work 1 to 2 hours daily for my freelancing business. The rest, actually, I'm actually the person or the type of freelancer who prefers building business, no? Na parang more on passive way na yung income. So as you have noticed it, I'm a pro blogger. I build websites also. I have those websites make money for me, even if it means sleeping, really, quote unquote. Yes, for me to manage the time, normally sa akin kasi it's like during weekday, during pag may school time, it depends doon sa schedule ng bata, no? Because I see to it na nandun rin ako sa school to pick up and send the kid to school, no? So I'm very hands-on on that aspect. I really see to it na sumasabay ako sa time nila, no? But also able to manage the time with the client. And everything in between na parang free time, yun yung ginagamit ko to manage the team. Kasi may team din naman kasi ako na gumagawa ng mga projects for TekWorx, gumagawa ng mga internal websites, mga in-house websites namin, mga in-house projects. So I use those times, those periods, no, to manage the team. So importante din sa akin yung sports. Ngayon, medyo nagiging parang nagkakaroon ako ng mga runny nose, no, yung mga ganyan kasi yung mga sinusitis kasi I'm not used to this yung sa season na nasa bahay ka lang. Kaya parang importante na may exercise and as far as that is concerned, I really see that that's also part of my routine daily. Just like I do that between 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So it's like pag may nagbubook sa akin, even si Miss J, when we do the mentorship, because I'm also a mentee of Miss Janet. Think about this, I'm a pro guy.
Miss Janet kasi hindi nila kilala si Miss Janet.
Si Miss J, I'm not sure if you don't know Miss J, Miss Janet,
our
mentor. Remember, we are already pros, no? We can do anything we want, but we are still hiring Miss J to
mentor. We're hiring coaches.
We have Miss Janet as a mentor. We are paying her for that. We are paying her for that mentorship. No, it's not something that is free. We still invest on that one because remember that what we are saying, you really walk the talk here. It's not that you get a mentor, but us, we don't have a mentor. We have a lot of mentors. We are just like you, no? So, yun, as far as the schedule is concerned, Anata, yun lang, I really see to it na yung lahat ng ginagawa ko, na-fit in ko, within 24 hours na may enough sleep pa rin talaga ako. So it's like I do freelancing for 1 to 2 hours daily. Sometimes wala na talaga, nag-focus na lang ako ng ibang projects. And the good thing about this also, just a pro tip as well, is yung ibang clients, particularly ng mga clients ng AdWorx, which are those clients na talagang directly coming to us, that's the time na sinishare ko sa ibang freelancer. So kaya, I hope wala sila dito. Joke. I hope wala sila dito, no? Joke lang yan.
Baka mawala sila lahat, joke.
Pero totoo to, no? I am very open and I really share this one to them also. Kasi I want them to do the same thing, no, as part of their growing, no. So I have them as part of my team, but actually they are doing some of the legworks. So yun, I am training them to be like me because that's the only thing that I can see na easy for me to multiply the services. Remember that Robin said earlier that the skills I have are very unique, particularly the ad ops side. Yes, that's true, and that also means very hard to replicate.
Fine.
That
Correct.
means really hard for me to double myself. So it's like right now, the AdWorx team is only 5. So yun, it's I have friends like Jun Barangan. I'm not sure if you have heard of him. Pare-pareho din kami nilang Gilmar. We are sharing our journeys as virtual preneurs. No, one of the things na share ni John for me to me is yung sinabi niya sa akin na you really need to scale AdWorks because you still have the opportunity to do it. Kasi nga
Correct.
very
You're
huge
still
yung
young. Very young.
very young
Correct.
yung industry.
Considering you're currently 33, I'm turning 40, and at 33 you're already there, then what can you
Yeah.
still do in the next 10 years, diba?
Yes.
And Anata, I think one thing that, to add on to what Bert said, it's really important for you to master things that you want to really learn. Because as soon as you're able to master them, a task that can be done in 8 hours can be done in just 2 hours, 1 hour. Depende pag na-master mo na talaga siya. Diba? For
Yes.
example, si Bert, definitely, Bert can do siguro 8 jobs in 2 hours. Ganon. Example lang ha. Because he was able to master it.
Yeah. Just to add up, there's one thing. Kasi parenting yung concern ni anak ha.
Yeah.
Ito, since I have the resources na, like right now, I can afford babysitter kasi na parang yung premium talaga na babysitter na dito kasi parang 400 per day. So it's like yung youngest namin, which is 1-year-old, minsan kasi nagiging magulo yung bahay. And the youngest is the one na hindi talaga namin makontrol. So whenever the wife want to go out for shopping, for groceries, no, for supplies or whatever na kailangan sa bahay, hindi pwedeng iwan yun sa akin kasi I have something else to do. So what I do is we buy time. That's the term there. It's not something that you it's not something that you spend. No, you buy time. You invest on
That's the
time.
reality of it.
Yes, I hope you can relate to this one. If it come, if it will come to a point na that you can also do this, I suggest that you do so that you can have your time on more important things. So yung babysitting, like from 10 a.m. yata yan hinahatid mo sa neighbor namin, no? So 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. kasi minsan gabi na kinukuha yung bata, no? So it's like, pero friend rin namin, and then ninang ng bata yung nagbabantay, but we don't get it for free, no? Nagbabayad kami for 100 delay for that. It's just it's like parang ini-enjoy na rin lang nila. Nasa bahay rin lang kasi yung
Correct.
ninang niya. So that's one strategy. Another thing is kung kailangan pumupunta sa mga events ng bata na kailangan nandun, mobile naman tayo. We are digital nomads, so we can still work in between kahit nandun yung bata sa loob ng school or whatever, no? So yun, parang ganyan lang. Just purely time management talaga. I hope I'm able to share something valuable, no, on that aspect.
From John Reginald, what VA needs is time to master the needed skills to become a successful VA. Repetition is still the best way to master and retain newly acquired skills. Actually, before, when I was still an employee, I think like this. But now, because I value my time so much, I value on hiring coaches to train me. Because the thing is, with this type of mindset, John, what happens is you repeat on doing things based on what have you learned on it. But the problem is, people, like example, Bert, me, we've done this already over and over again, and we know how to do things in a shorter period of time. What if there's a coach who can shorten that time of learning for you?
Yeah.
So that's a key takeaway for me, to really invest on coaches. So currently I have around 6 coaches that's really helping me to grow. Okay? And do you want to add on that, Boss Bert?
Yes. in response yan dun sa kay kay Ian, yung kay John Rinald, yung
Reginald, yeah.
what VE needs is time to master the need. Yeah, of course you will need to have that, no? So if you are going to look at this, no, when I started as a blogger in 2008, imagine yung learning curve ko as a blogger until to a point na nagkaroon ako ng Google AdSense as a publisher. It's like 6 months yata yun before I earned my first dollar in AdSense. So the time is there na sinasabi, no? The thing is, no, the, kahit anong skills or specialties yung gusto mong i-focus, mayroon talagang tinatawag na learning curve. And that learning curve involves time. And ito yung point ni John. And yes, you will also need to have repetition of those para naman ma-master mo talaga siya. But here's the thing, guys. The market right now is not the same as before. The market right now is very dynamic, super dynamic, to a point na yung mga natututunan nyo this year, magiging phase out na next year. No? So it's like, kailangan nyo maging technology updated, no? So you need to be you need to really follow the news, the latest trends. Nabanggit kanina ni Jay, I was just listening actually while eating, naka-play kasi yun. Parang na-mention niya doon yung social listening. So yun, it's actually one of the things na kailangan ginagawa nyo na if you want to focus on certain areas, you are doing those social listening para nagiging updated kayo kung ano yung what matters for you on your area of specialties. For example, on our case, ang dami namin ginagawa dati na parang nag-manual lang siya, pero these days, and this may also answer to the previous question kung anong skill yung pwede nyo ngayon, yung mga automation. So yung mga automation,
data analytics automation.
Yes, yung mga if you know how to, if you are a programmer, you can do like yung mga data APIs, yan, ang daming demand for that. But if you are a VA, if you want to be a VA, things like yung sa mga chatbots, grabe ngayon, chatbots, yung Zapier automation. Di ba yung mga Zapier, it's Zapier, Zapier, Zapier.com. Lahat ng mga ginagawa natin ngayon, yung mga integrations niyan, actually kayang gawin niya ng VA. Don't be intimidated na parang programming yan. Kailangan developer yung gagawa niyan. Hindi, actually. Any VA with the right training, with the right guidance, kaya nila yan. So, you do it na para hindi kayo maging outdated freelancer. Kailangan you are following the trend. So, just like me, di ba? Kahit
nandito. So, the reality, Bert, is kung hindi ka updated na freelancer, you're at the bottom of the pile.
Yan ang yung mangyayari. The rest, no?
So you won't really earn 6 figures, 7 figures. Diba? Okay, next. Ito. So regarding the certification, Upwork profile, should we get at least one? Yes, you can get, but the thing is, you need, if you haven't commented on this video, then we won't issue you a certificate because ito yun. The certificate will be issued to those who have been here. And our proof that you had been here is the comment that you were here.
Yes. That's good, no?
Ganoon na naman. And second, if you want to have an advanced certificate, yung ginawa ni Bert ngayon, we will do a questionnaire. And you need to answer those questionnaire. And pag nakapasa kayo lahat, then you will receive the advance.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Kasi actually, yung sinare sa inyo lahat ni Bert, ang tindi nun. Ang mahal ng training na yon. I know because at some point I had decided to start an agency in Upwork, and one of my previous clients shared to me an access to a training similar to that. That's 997 USD by for one training. That's it. You really shared everything. Wow.
Well, no sugarcoating here. Todo na to.
Next. Sir Bert, paano ba maka-join sa inyong team as trainees? Maraming salamat po ulit. Chris Araneta.
You can just send a private message sa sa Facebook profile ko. Or you can go to Facebook and search for Digital Training with BERT Padilla. Nandun yung Facebook page ko dun. You can send also a message there. If you will have me as your mentor, of course I will train you. I will transform your life, no? So dami ko na natulungan on this aspect.
Okay. Next, coach. Uh, Sir Ruben, I signed on FOPS ko, nakalagay dun sa form after I submit that there will be fees required. Yes, there is a fee required. I think that's 1,000 for a year. But the good thing is if you're signing up for FOPS ko also, they will also give you opportunities to grow. Second is they will help you find VA jobs. Okay? You can start with doing VAs 3 months. Then after that, you need to scale up as soon as you earn income, hire Boss Bert as your coach, and so on. Di ba? Kaya lang, at the end of the day, the good thing with hiring a coach is that with a coach, you are really being helped to really focus, shorten your time of learning because
Yeah.
this coach has already the platform, the system of how to really help you fast. Okay?
Yeah. Yes, kay
Chris.
Chris ba yun?
Chris Araneta.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
can
know.
also visit,
Jan.
for the benefit of the others, you can also visit yung TekWorx.Training yon. Nandun din yung details doon. Pero tapos na, close na kasi yung enrollment ng bootcamp. So maybe you can join the next session, the next batch na. So yon.
Cool. So better luck next time, Joe. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for engaging. To those who wants to receive a certificate, please be sure to leave in some comments below because the comments below will be the measurement for us to give you certificates of this event. Okay. Second is you need to qualify to a quiz that we will be releasing by Friday or Saturday. Okay. So if you don't have any question, Boss Bert, by Bert, what's your last message to all those who have listened all throughout your talk?
Yep. Of course. Firstly, no. Thank you for having me here, Byron. So, thank you for having me, and those freelancers or aspiring freelancers, I really suggest that you take action. So, this this free webinar series will go to waste if you don't take action. I mean, sayang yung opportunities nandito na na-discover nyo, but hindi nyo siya i-apply. Madaming roadblocks actually in the process. So this is not easy. I'm hoping na hindi lang ako yung nagsasabi nito. I'm hoping that you have heard also this one from other trainers, no, that you have encountered na this is not an easy endeavor. This takes a lot of patience. This takes a lot of yung mga parang drive ba. Kasi there may be cases na parang madi-discourage kayo month later, 3 months later, or even 6 months later, no? Remember that those who quit are losers. So, sorry to say that, no? Pero that's really the reality. So, iba pa naman ako basta magsasalita ako naman kasi medyo harsh. Medyo harsh kaya parang I'm hoping na you really take that as a positive aspect, no, kasi totoo 'yun eh. Yun lang. Somehow sana nakatulong, no? And by the way, one last thing, balitaan niyo naman ako, ha? Balitaan niyo naman ako pag nakakuha na kayo ng clients. Yes, please. Please let me know if somehow these tips, this webinar made a difference on your Upwork freelancing journey. Okay?
Yes.
Again, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Everyone, please don't forget, if you want to really succeed in Upwork, feel free to contact Boss Bert. You can even type Bert's name in the members directory right now. He's there actually. He was watching all of the videos before, so that he can provide you quality material or wala pang na-discuss na material for you to really absorb right now. Thank you very much, bye Bert.
Thank you, bye. Thank you. Good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Everyone, thank you very much for listening. Live the great life. Bye-bye.